The making of Moka Smart City, in fact, started some 10 years ago, prior to the advent of the government's Smart City program. Together with 𝗲𝗯𝗹, we realized that the Moka region was strategically positioned to bridge the gap between where people lived and where they work. You might recall the severe dysfunction within the city structure, where people would be traveling from the central parts of the island to 𝗵𝗃. And the real impact of this is the cost of this dysfunction, not just from an economic perspective, but also socially and importantly, environmentally, what this meant for the wellness of the country as well as people. So we were presented with a unique opportunity to build a new city center fashioned on the fundamentals of quality urban centers. In fact, we noted at that time that Moka City would be only the third formally designed town in the history of the country. First there was 𝗵𝗃 and then 𝗲𝗃, which were purposely designed as towns with a grid pattern and streets, and where buildings were defining the spaces. So this would be the third town to be designed. So at this point in our history, we're actually making a new center which observes all the fundamentals of what makes great cities. One of the most significant parts of Moka is Telfair, which we see as the vibrant heart of the region. This would be a true mixed-use, vibrant center with great emphasis being placed on designing public spaces, meaningful public spaces. So we're looking to establish a place with the highest levels of good quality urbanism, where there's a dialogue between buildings and streets, and in fact where the city structure is shaped by making public spaces that encourage public life and exchange. This is what cities are about, in fact. So a defining feature of Telfair is the central promenade. This is going to be a fantastic linear public space, something that adds to not just Telfair and Moka, but the region. And I must say, I believe that the developer has shown a true commitment to making a great place by setting aside land and investing in purposefully designed and dedicated public spaces for people, slow movement, social exchange, which is in fact the hallmark of great cities. Cities are about people, as I said. And I think when you look at all of this, Moka and Telfair makes a giant step forward in making people-centered places. I have to pinch myself when I visit Moka and Telfair to see this vision that we shaped with 𝗲𝗯𝗹 almost 10 years ago growing out of the ground, almost giving birth to a new city, which is an extreme privilege to bear witness to. I think this is a milestone in the history of the country. I am certain that this will become a benchmark for quality places on the island and to set Mauritius on a new path towards a more sustainable future.